Welcome back to iAskTech. This is the 5th episode of the series where we are exploring and learning every available MCP servers provided on this GitHub repository one by one. In this video, we are going to learn how to configure Google Drive and use it in your Claude desktop application. With that, you will be able to search all of the files in your Google Drive and you will be able to read all of the data in your Google Drive. In the previous video, we learned how to configure the file system MCP server with your Claude desktop application, where you were able to give Claude desktop access to your local file system, and Claude was able to read all of the files and was able to make any changes in your files. We also saw that we can use Claude desktop application as a companion that will help you in your coding projects. You can ask it about your project as the context and you can ask it to make changes in your project. We were able to create beautiful landing pages in your coding project. It was amazing experience. So if you want to see how we did that, please feel free to visit this playlist. I will also provide its link in the video description below, so you can watch this video and learn how we did that. So very first thing is that you need to clone this repository in your computer. So I just copied this link. I am going to clone it. So in your terminal, just clone it, git clone, paste the URL. It would be cloned. Once it is cloned, go to the servers folder and you will see all of the files are there. Just open it in your favorite editor. I will be using the cursor. For that, I will use cursor space dot. Okay, once project is open in your editor, you would notice that these are all of the files. We have the source directory. Within the source directory, these are all of the available servers that you can use. And in this video, we are going to use the gdrive, that is Google Drive server. So before moving forward, we just need to install the dependencies. So in the root directory, we need to run the command npm install. That would create the node modules folder in the root directory of this project. Meanwhile, let's open the server documentation from here. Click on the Google Drive server and here you can see the documentation that is saying this MCP server integrates with the Google Drive to allow listing, reading and searching over files. By the way, before proceeding, let me mention you something that Claude Desktop already provides you the Google Drive integration that you can see here. But the problem with that is that it just gives you access to the doc files or PDF files, I guess, but no more than that. If you want to access other type of files like CSV files or .txt file or any other format, you are not able to access them with the help of this out-of-the-box tool. But with this MCP server, you are not limited. You can access any type of files in your Google Drive, and there is only one tool at the moment available that you can use, that is the search tool. And if we read about the search tool, it is saying that it will search for files in Google Drive and it will return file names and MIME types of matching files. And in the resources, it supports all file types, and Google Workspace files are automatically exported from docs to markdown, then sheets to CSV, and presentations to the plain text, and drawings to PNG. Other than these files would be in their native form. Go back to the editor and our installation is done. Now you need to build the project. So all of this information is there. You have to build it, and we just install the node dependency before running this build command. So now it's time to build it. So run the command. With this command, it will go to every server one by one, and within that server you would notice there is a package.json file. It would install the dist folder in every server one by one, as you see in the progress in the terminal. So it would be done. Meanwhile, we will follow these instructions. So first thing is that you need to create new Google Cloud project, and for that click on this URL. It will take you there, and here you will be allowed to create a new project. If you already have a project, you can consume the same one. If you don't have anyone, then you have to create new one, and maybe you may need to enable billing as well. I don't know yet, but that's possible. You will be following the instructions from the Google console. Whatever comes, you have to follow. So once you have created the project, you have to enable the Google Drive API. So click on that, and here you will find the Google Drive here. Click on that. If you are doing it first time, you will see the enable button, but if you already have enabled it, then you will just see the manage button. If you are doing it for the first time, then there you will see the enable button. Just click on that, and after that you need to configure an auth consent screen. So if you click on that, you will be redirected on this page, and in the instruction it is saying that you should use the internal for testing. So the problem is that I had earlier created this auth screen but the problem is that I'm not able to select the internal here in any way. The reason was that it was saying you are not Google Workspace user. You can only make your app available to external general audience users. So I was not able to use it. If you did not create the auth screen earlier, then you will see a form where you will be able to fill the fields to create the consent screen, and then there you will find the input where you will be able to provide the scope. So as I already have done that, so I cannot see that form here, but I will tell you that what happened when I created it. At that time, as in the documentation, they are suggesting that we should use the internal option for testing, but when I was creating, it did not give me the option internal, because it was saying that you are not Google Workspace user. You can only make your app available to external. So I had to use the external option, and when I did that, it was not working. Then I had to publish the app. So there was a button here. I just had to click on it once, and it was published. Although it is waiting for the verification, but it would still work for your own purpose. So once everything is done, you can proceed and click on this create an auth client ID. You can give it the name desktop app. So click on this link. It will take you to a page where you will be able to create the credential. So here select the application type to desktop app and give it whatever name. I already created one with the desktop client, so I'm giving it a new name, client 2. Click on the create button, and with that it will give you this pop-up where you will see all of your credentials. You just have to download this JSON file like this. Okay, once you have downloaded it, you have to copy and paste that file into the root directory of your server's repository that you cloned earlier. Let's do that. Alright, I pasted my key file here. Now I need to go back to the documentation, follow the instruction. It is saying that you need to rename the file to this name, otherwise it will not work, and it has to be on this path in the servers folder. It should be in the root directory of the servers folder. Okay, so just copy the name of the file and let's rename it. Okay, I have renamed the file. Now it's time to proceed. Okay, once that is done, we need to do the authentication. So for that, copy this command. As Node is going to run the auth script with that is inside the dist folder, so we have to go to the gdrive folder. So for example, by default you will be in the servers folder, so you need to go to the cd and source src. There you will find all of the servers. Go to the gdrive by using cd gdrive. Now here you can see there is a dist folder, so just run the command node dist auth. That would open the authentication window in your currently active browser window. So just press enter and you would notice that it has redirected you to a specific tab where it is asking you to pick a Google account. So I will just click on that, and now you may see this warning, Google has not verified this app. It's totally fine because you are not using it for the public, you are using it for yourself personally, internally. So it's totally fine. You can just click on the advanced button here, and here click on the go to the test. Test is basically the consent auth app that we created earlier by following this point number 3 instruction. So at that time I gave it the name test, so this is the name of that app. You just need to click on that and it will take you to that app, and here it will ask for your permission that this app wants to get access of your Google Drive, and it will have this permission: see and download all Google Drive files. Okay, click on the continue, and you will, if everything is correct, you will see this message: authentication successful, please return to the console. Perfect. Now go back. The credentials are saved. Let me show you where they are saved. You will notice that there is a new file that was created with the name .gdrive-server-credentials.json, and the same thing is specified here, that it is saying that after it is completed it would be saved in this path. Okay, that is good. We are ready. Now we need to use it with the desktop app. There are two ways to use it with the desktop. One method is that you need to use the Docker, or you can use the npx. So whatever is convenient for you, you can use the method. Docker is also fine. npx, if it is already available and installed in your computer, you can use npx method. And if you did not install the npx yet, then I already have recorded several videos how to install npx in your computer, how to install node.js or npm in your computer. Once you have node.js npm installed in your computer, the npx tool would be available, or command would be available. So go ahead and watch that video from my YouTube channel. If you already have it, then just continue watching it. So we just need this part of code. But before doing that, open your Claude desktop app, go to the Claude, go to the setting. If you're doing it for the first time, go to the developer. You will see a button, get started and edit config. Okay, so currently there is no config, so that's why we are seeing this screen. But once you add a server, at least one, you will see a little bit different view where you will see the list of the servers that are already installed. So click on on the edit config button here, it will take you to this Claude folder. That is the folder being used by the desktop application. So here, this is the file that you need to edit. So just click and hold it and drag it into the editor where you want to edit this file. I will take it in this project. Right now you can see it is totally empty. That's fine. Now go back to the documentation, copy this entire code and replace it with it. Now we are doing it a bit differently because we have cloned our repository. So keep following what I'm doing. Open the sidebar and in the root directory of your server, go to the node modules, go to the bin folder, and here you will find the MCP server gdrive. You just need to right click on that and click on the copy path. It will give you the complete path of your binary file that you need to use. So now you can just delete this line, and here in the command, instead of npx, you can just use this one. So once that is done, you are ready to use it. You just have to close the Claude desktop app and open it once again. And with that, if everything is done correctly, here on the right side you will see this icon immediately, one MCP tool available. If you already have few other tools installed earlier, then you may see more tools here, but currently we have only one, that is Google Drive. This is for search files in Google Drive. But let me quickly tell you another limitation of this MCP tool. I tested earlier. You are able to search about the files and their names only, but you are not able to read the files. So that was the limitation that I faced. So I was able to customize their MCP server myself. I extended this MCP server and added an extra tool that was able to read the files as well. So I will show you how I did that, and I will also share the code with you. So now it's time to test it. But before that, let's go to the Google Drive and see what we have there yet. So what I would do is that I would just actually copy all of this content like this, select all and copy it, go to the Google Drive, and here I will create a new file, create the Google Doc. Okay, paste it there. All right, now give it a name. It automatically took a name. That's great. I will just copy the name of the file, and let's go back to the Claude desktop application and search for it. Please check if there is any file in my Google Drive about Claude or MCP server. So it will ask for your permission. Allow for this chat. It is searching for these keywords in your Google Drive. It found something. Now it is saying that I have searched. Okay, it's searched, but it did not find anything yet. Actually, the specific keyword was not there, so we have to change the keyword. Let me ask it, please search for model. So as model word is in the file name, so it will be able to find it this time. So now it is able to find two files with the model context protocol is the one that we were looking for. So let's try to ask it, please read the content of this file. Please summarize this file content. I apologize, I am unable to directly read or access the content of the Google Drive files. I can only see their titles through the search function. So this was the limitation that I was talking about. Now it's time to extend it. So for that, I will again use the power of the AI to extend it. As you know, I'm using the cursor. So in the cursor, we have the ability to generate the code with the help of the AI. So I will do that. By the way, if you are using the VS Code, nowadays the GitHub Copilot, that is also now free. So you can use that as well to generate or modify your code. Now let's proceed. Go to the Google Drive and open the index.ts. So this is the source code of our server. And here if you search for the search keyword, so you will see there is a tools array, and in this array there is only one object, that is search. So that also tells you that there is only one tool with the name search, and here is the implementation. So now you can open the AI. I will quickly ask it to generate a new tool. Please tell me how many tools I have available and can I read files with those tools. Okay, as it is saying that search tool, there is only one tool, that is search, and this tool allows you to search for files in Google Drive. It takes a query parameter and returns a list of matching files with their names, MIME types. However, this tool only lets you search for the file. It doesn't actually let you to read the files. The file reading functionality is implemented in the read resource request schema handler, but it is not exposed as a tool. The search tool will only show you metadata about the file's name, MIME type, etc. If you want to read file contents, you would need to use resource endpoints, which are handled by this rather than the tools interface. The resource endpoints can handle regular files, Google Drive, Google Sheet, Google Presentations, Google Drive. Would you like me to show you how to add a new tool? Yes, sure. Please add new tool to read files, and okay, press it. Okay, it is now adding this one. It would require the file ID. So let's let's just quickly apply this tool. I would click on this apply button, and I will show you the comparison here on the left side. You would see that it added this part of code, added an additional tool with the name read that says read contents of the file from the Google Drive. It would depend on the file ID, and here it added the handling for the read tool where it was getting the file ID. So this is all of the code. You don't need to understand what it is doing. If you want to read, it's you are free to read it. I will share this code, or you can just use this code directly and utilize it. All right. So now I will just accept the code, and we have to build our servers once again. So for that I will do npm run build. Okay, the build process has been completed. Now we have to test it once again. We have to restart it. So let me copy my prompt so that I could use it later. So quit the Claude and open it again. Now you will see this time we have two tools available instead of one, and this is the new tool that we just created that is also showing under the gdrive server. So here paste the prompt, please summarize the file content from my Google Drive. So let's see what it does. It is asking for your permission for this search tool, then it will ask for another permission for the read tool, but this would not work. I already knew that it would not work, but I just wanted to show you in front of you that it is trying to pass this as the file ID, but this is not the file ID, and it was not able to able to find the file ID because in the search attempt you will see what it got. Here it was able to find the name of the file and the MIME type, but the file ID was not there. So we have to modify the search tool as well to return the file ID as well, so that Claude could extract the file ID and pass it here instead of this. So let's quickly go back to our editor, and here I will ask again, go to the Claude. I will go to the chat of AI chat, and I will tell it it did not work because read tool could not get the file ID. You may need to change the search tool to return file ID too. So now it will quickly update the search. Yes, let's modify the search tool to include the file ID in its input. So it has made that change. I'm going to apply it. So you will notice that there is only one change, that earlier it was only returning the file name and the MIME type. Now it is able to return the file ID as well. So accept the file, and we need to build the project once again. So do that. Okay, the build process is completed again. So restart the Claude like we did earlier, and here I will use the same prompt again. Please summarize this in my Google Drive. Press enter. It will again ask for two permissions from you: allow for this chat and again allow for this chat. This time you will see that it is using the correct file ID, so that is perfectly fine. Now it got the content of the file. Here you can see this is the markdown format that it got, and now it is providing the summary. You can see all of the summary is there. The document describes MCP server which are implemented that allow large language models, etc. So it is able to access the file, read it and summarize it. Now we will try different file formats to see if it works. So what I would do is that I would copy the content of some other GitHub repository, maybe this one. I will just copy the readme of any random repository, so maybe this. So I would just go to any random blog of the GitHub, for example this one. I would just copy this article just to show you. Copy this, and in my project I will create a new file with the name test.txt. okay, paste the code, the content. Now we need to upload it. So this is the folder where all of the files are visible. And now go back to the Google Drive. Doesn't work by dragging and dropping, so I may have to use the new button. Click on the file upload, and we need to find the file where it is located. Copy these two files, and here I have pasted these two files. So I will just select these two files, open it, and Google Drive will upload them. Now we have two type of extensions. One is .md and second one is .txt. Okay, so reload it. You will see those two files. Let me copy the name, type myself, go to the Claude and tell it, now please summarize the file test.txt. So let's see if it is able to read this file and its extension. Okay, it was able to find it. This is the file ID, and it was able to read the content. Now it is the summary. It is created on this date. These are the key points, etc. Now let's quickly ask it, please summarize the security.md file. So let's see what is inside this file. This is the content that is within this file. Now it is again able to find that file, and this is the summary. This document outlines the security policy for MCP servers, etc. So this is how we were able to give Claude desktop application the access to our Google Drive that can read any kind of file format, and it is not limited to just Google Docs. It is able to read the other formats as well. So one final testing is that I would just create Google Sheet as well, because I want to show you that it can read the Google Sheet as well. So here I would just search some sample data for Google Sheet, sample Google Sheet data. So this is a sample data. I'm going to select all and paste it in my new sheet, and here let's add my sheet as the name and reload it. Here you will find that new file is created. Now go back to the Claude and ask it, please summarize the my sheet and Google Sheet and provide me complete insights from that file. Okay, so it is now searching for that. It is able to find it. This is the file ID, and it was able to get the entire content. As you can see, now it is running some code for the analysis that it will execute and provide you complete analysis and insights. So here are the insights and the summary. There are total 30 students, the gender distribution 50%, academic distribution, class level breakdown, and then we have the major distribution. So you can see there was a lot of information within that file that it took, consumed it, and it provided us the summary and the insights in easy to digest way that we can quickly read and understand what's going on within that. So that's all I wanted to show you in this video. I am hoping that this video provided you some value and you will be able to increase your productivity and achieve more benefit with the help of the MCP server and Claude desktop application because of this video. If you also think so, then please make sure to like and share this video, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos, because I will be recording more videos on the MCP servers. My aim is to record almost every official server that they offer on this repository, and also I'm planning to record all of the third-party servers, and also we will be exploring the community servers as well. And also my plan is to create custom MCP servers, so I will record a special video for that topic as well. If you want to stay updated and get notified, then please hit the bell icon. And if you have any questions or suggestions or feedback, then feel free to leave them in the comments section below on my YouTube video. I would be more than happy to reply to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next episode. Goodbye.